Nick, are you ready to replace your MR2? They have a new one. You don't need your old one anymore. You don't need it. You throw it away.
Never in my life.
Never. No, we're putting you in the ground on it. I know that part, but
A new MR2 will never be as fun as the old one.
no, probably not.
There is nothing that they. Plus, I just spent many thousands of dollars repairing mine last summer, so I can't.
That's true.
I
You
need
gotta
to
get
get
your
my
money's
money's
worth.
worth out of it. I still have not got my money's worth out of it.
That's true. I uh I mean, okay, so as an MR2 owner, lover, caretaker even of the lineage. Caretaker of the lineage, right? You
Okay.
usher in the lineage. Just give me your first impression, because they're like, oh, maybe it's an MR2, maybe it's still. For those who don't know, there was a video of some sort of test mule that was caught driving in
At
Japan
Fuji. Yeah,
at
was
Fuji.
it Fuji? Yeah, it was at Fuji Circuit.
Exactly. And
Um,
Toyota test mule, looking to me like it's a rear engine or mid engine, whatever vehicle. Give me your impressions on that.
yeah, I mean, if anybody who hasn't seen it, if you just Google MR2 test mule, or you'll probably find the Car Scoops article or the images or whatever, but it does look distinctly mid-engine. The front is kind of short and stubby, a little shorter and stubbier. Be able to fit um, a 2-liter turbo in comfortably. I also don't. I mean, there's a big opening in the front bumper. All I can really see through it is radiator and
Yeah.
crash bar. So it kind of looks like they took part of the front assembly of the GR Yaris and part of the rear assembly and kind of, I don't know if they cut the roof line or what they did, because it is shorter than a GR Yaris, like height wise. In fact, it almost looks like the roof line of a twin.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me look at this picture of it from the back.
I
Um,
mean, to me,
yeah, it
yeah.
does kind of have the twins roof, like the double bubble going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have no way to confirm or deny that. Fun. It's on TEs, so
Yep.
give him that.
Those fit.
Um, I mean, the hood scoop dips down kind of really aggressively, which, like, with how high the car is,
Yeah.
like how high the belt lines are and how low the hood is in the front, that's another reason why I don't think it's got an engine in the front. And then also, it's got what look like two big fucking scoops or intakes on both sides, on the rear quarters, as well as the rear quarter windows are cut out.
Yeah. So probably also intakes on the rear quarter windows, realistically. I mean, I'd love to see them actually finish this. Oh, I just saw the video of it driving.
There's a
Okay,
video of it
cool.
doing a drive-by on, like, a flyby on the track.
Yeah.
It sounds distinctly like a 2-liter turbo. It sounds like they're using that new G20E, I think it is, that they debuted at, I forget what car show earlier this year. I don't think it was Tokyo Auto Salon, but it might have been. And it distinctly sounded like it had a manual transmission, because during the flyby there is a gear change in it, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to describe it other than, like, a manual gear change and an automatic gear change and a DCT all have distinct sounds
Yeah.
to them. Like, manual gear changes are just, they're kind of longer. There's a pause in between because you're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
And I heard that pause. So maybe we'll get another manual MR2 with the G20E.
I'd love to see it.
Um, yeah, I'd love to see it too. I mean, I I probably wouldn't trade mine in for it, but I'm here for it.
Okay, better question. Supra, obviously, held pretty good value. If
Yep.
this, but you've said before you've graduated to 6 cylinders. I don't see, you would probably never trade for this, or like whatever it is.
Like the Supra for this?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I don't care if it's faster
Yeah.
or anything like that. I've had my share of 4-cylinder cars, and I want to experience different cylinder configurations before they go the way of the dinosaur.
Yeah, that's fair. So next, basically, you're gonna replace the Vibe with like an ISF or something to get that 8-cylinder experience.
Lexus LS.
Lexus LS,
Yeah, like an LS 430.
LS 430. Okay, all right,
I'd love to do an LS 430.
that's
Just like
pretty
a
sweet.
comfy fuck off land yacht.
Yeah, like one of the older ones, right? That's like
Yeah,
the
like
VIP spec one.
no,
Yeah, yeah,
early to mid 2000s.
yeah,
LS
yeah.
4.
That is definitely one of the acceptable VIP spec car. You can smoke many cigarettes in there. I like that as a daily.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. All right, fair enough. Well, I'm interested to see more. I mean, obviously, fits some nice wheels. I'm hoping that when they reveal the styling, it looks good. I think people were definitely doing some copium. There was a one that was revealed some time ago that we talked about it when it came out. That orange one,
The
the
concept.
coppery. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was complete cope. There's no way a car like that would exist like under 200 grand. Like just
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, like, look at what the Supra concept car looked like. It was nothing like the production vehicle, but it had cues from the concept car.
sure.
So I
Yeah.
can I can see where they would take the cues from the MR2 concept car and put it onto whatever chassis they have going on here. Like I can see what and how they would do it, but it is most definitely not going to look exactly
No.
like that orange concept car.
I think the FT1 concept looks a lot like the production Supra, like generally speaking. I don't see much of the concept car. I mean, this isn't the final body anyway. This is just a test mule, but I don't know. We'll see. Some cars they look pretty close, like the FRS, notably very close to the concept, but like
Yeah,
some of them don't, and
yeah.
that's fine. But you know, I'm just saying the concept was totally out there. So we'll see.
You
Who
know,
knows?
I'm like I hope they I'm here for Toyota to bring back more sports cars. So like I hope they bring back the MR2, but I like my 35-year-old piece of shit.
Yeah, it costs you a lot of money, and that's
It
totally
does.
fair. Uh, Well, all right, we'll leave it at that for that. We'll just see when more news comes out. Obviously, we'll touch on it, but I'm for it. I think they had to retire the Super for this to exist as well. So, you know,
But
just
at
not.
the same time, like they might bring back a next gen Supra. I don't know at this point.
I
Um,
I don't know.
Toyota, if I'm honest, Toyota's pretty good at keeping secrets. Actually, they
Yeah,
really, I really can't think of like a time when something from Toyota has leaked that they didn't intentionally want to put the information out there. Anyways, they're pretty good at keeping what they're working on under wraps
yeah,
until they're ready for people to see it. So maybe we will get another Supra. I don't know. Um, if the MR2 does replace the Supra as the Halo car in the lineup, uh, I'd expect it to cost somewhere near what the outgoing Supra did,
yeah.
just sans 2 cylinders and with the engine behind you instead.
Right. So So it's gonna be 70s, 80s thousand Canadian, something like that.
I'd
Maybe high
say
60s.
I'd I'd say it's got to be between like 63 and like 72. Otherwise, it's dead. It's
Right.
finished.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that's fair. I mean, if it comes out like hoping for
Like
success, I
it,
want to
it
see.
has to
Yeah.
be able to undercut the Cayman and the Amira.
Yeah, that's true. Uh, uh does it have to undercut them?
It does, because if it costs similar money, why would you not just get one of those instead?
Because I don't know. It like the MR2 has enough prestige. I mean, the
Not really.
Amira, it's easy to undercut. That is a $100,000 vehicle, right?
The MR2 doesn't have a ton of prestige. It was always sort of overshadowed by the Supra.
Yeah, okay, that's
Not a
fair.
lot of people really know or remember like you could any high school kid alive today can look at a Supra and be like, "Oh, that's a Supra."
Yeah, that's
They
fair.
just
But
kind of know.
yeah, all right.
Nobody that doesn't know, nobody that isn't an enthusiast or doesn't actually know what an MR2 is or saw one back in the day, they just look at it and go, "Oh, that's cool. It's a
Okay,
cool sports car."
that's fair. The starting price for the Cayman is 76. That I feel like it's more of its direct competition. Because I think the Amira you're not getting one for under 120 at this point, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, probably not. You're d- high teens to low 120s for an
Right.
Amira.
Well over 100 regardless. So like it's I don't think the Emira is in the
But like
conversation.
at the same time, like it's 76 for like a base stripped out fucking entry level quote unquote Cayman.
Yeah,
Nobody's actually buying those. The cheapest Cayman you can probably get is closer to, I'd say, 90 to 100.
right.
But
Yeah,
basically, it's like if they launched the MR2 at 85 grand, anybody that can afford that, they can just stretch a little more and get a Cayman. And they
that's true.
probably would.
I'm hoping it's under 70. I'm hoping the price tag is like 69.9 or something. But we'll see.
I'm hoping for 65.
Listen, I'm hoping for 50. I'm just being realistic, but I'd like if
If they could do like mid an MR2 with the 400 horsepower G20 and a manual
yeah.
for 65,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. I think it does well. I think it ends up like the Super where they really don't depreciate too much, if at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Unfortunately, I won't be able to pick one up for $3,500 in 20
no,
years time, but
never.
what it is.
Yeah. 3,500 won't buy you the trailer to take it from the lot where you purchased it to your shop.
Not
So,
anymore.
not anymore. The world has changed. But okay, well we'll see what happens when it comes out. Or when we get more information. Right now I'm excited. I'm hopeful, you know. So, we'll go from there. What else do we have on the docket here? We wanted to discuss the Grand Sport, right?
Yes. Yes. Chevy has, I think they've officially lifted the embargoes on like the Grand Sport reviews. So, like I personally, I watched the Savage Geese video earlier today while I was working. Um, I mean, as far as Corvettes go, it's basically what the Grand Sport sort of has always been. So with the Grand Sport, you get like the body and suspension and sort of brakes from the Z06 and all the aero, but you don't get the Z06 engine. Um,
Right.
what they've done differently for this generation is the C8Z06 gets the LS6, which I believe, and I'm just gonna double check to make sure I'm right. I believe it's a 6.7,
Mm,
where the regular Stingray is a 6.2.
okay. I
Yes,
mean,
yeah. So the LS6 is a 6.7 instead of the Stingray's 6.2. And it makes something like 50 some odd more horsepower and a little bit more torque, mostly more low end stuff. Same red line as the base model, but um, as far as Corvettes go, like I think this is the one to get.
yeah, I agree. I think I still have problems with its ass. I think
Yeah,
its ass looks strange.
it still looks like a C8. It still looks sort of like a GTA car or a Timu Ferrari.
Yeah.
Um, I still think the trunk kind of kills the whole car. If they could just get rid of the trunk and have made it shorter, I think it would look a lot better.
Yeah.
Um,
They weren't desperately
but
hitting golf
I
clubs, yeah.
I I do think the wide body goes a long way to making it look better than the base Stingray.
Yeah, it does.
Um, and like I think for the money, like if I'm sure these are going to be marked up to hell for the first little while, but for
Oh
the
yeah.
money compared to a Z06, like I think this would be the way to go because you get the majority of the performance, but like but you don't have to deal with, the high strung, high red line engine that's in the Z06, which I haven't heard about them having a ton of problems, but I have heard enough stories of them like failing at low miles to
Right.
be kind of worried about it because like high displacement engines with flat plane cranks historically they're not things that mix very well.
Right.
Like the Voodoo in the GT350 had similar issues where it just vibrated way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like as much as I love the Z06, if I were buying a Corvette, I'd probably go for the Grand Sport with like all the aero goodies on it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
'Cause-
I mean, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say because like yeah, it doesn't redline at 8,500 RPM or whatever, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a single overhead cam Chevrolet engine. Like it's gonna be moddable to high hell.
Yes.
Like
And
you
I
could very easily throw a cam and probably some heads and an exhaust on this and make a bunch more power, and you could probably raise the red line to 7,000 or 7,200 if you really wanted to. But
yeah,
I like this one.
I think the reason that and we brought this up because we were comparing this to the new Z or Z that's coming out. Well, the which was the manual NISMO, right?
Yes.
Because the manual Nismo, we said that you said the MSRP was it's basically 80. It's like 79, 78, was it?
Um, hold on. I think I still have the tab open.
Too
So
much.
the manual hasn't shown up on the Nissan website yet. It still only shows the automatic, but I can't imagine the manual is going to be that much of a price difference. The automatic Nismo starts at 78.9. Now,
Right.
I don't think anybody's going to be cross shopping one of these with a Grand Sport because I think the Grand Sport's going to probably start somewhere at like 100 and I'd say at least 160 to 170.
Right.
So you can maybe cross shop it with a Stingray because I think those start in the low 90s, low to mid 90s. In which case I'd take the Stingray every day.
Yeah.
Um, but it kind of got us down I mean, the rabbit hole again because we go down this one kind of often. Of one, holy fuck, that's expensive for a Z.
Yeah.
And two, what else can you buy for that money?
A Q60
Um,
Red Sport. It's the same fucking motor. Like
with a factory burble tune.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, it comes that way.
so for the $79,000 price range,
Mhm.
I mean, the Audi RS3 starts at 81.7. The
Better purchase.
Mustang Dark Horse
Mm.
starts at 82.1. Now, if you don't want to stretch for the Dark Horse with the Tremec um, transmission,
Right.
the GT Premium is 61. It's like $20,000
You're actually
less.
saving money.
You can fix all the transmission problems of the MT82 and still have money left over before you're in Nismo Z territory.
Yeah.
Um, both of these, I think, better cars than the Z. And then the BMW M2 starts at like it was like 80. I
82.
think it was 80 82.6, which also like hands down better car than the Z.
100%.
Like me and you, we don't like how it looks, but still better car than the Z.
No, I don't like how it looks, but I'm not going to spend that much money on a car that like like I would rather take the
Yeah,
car that I don't love visually than eighty thousand
but
dollars
like
on a car that should be 40 grand.
yeah, I mean at the same time, like I think the new Z looks better than the 370, but I don't
Sure.
really love how it looks.
Uh, I mean, I like how I think it is visually appealing. I just think that everything underneath it is disappointing. And why the fuck would I buy it? Like even if I like it visually, I don't want to own it because I'm gonna be in it. It's like the opposite problem of the other car. Like you
Yeah.
know, like I would rather
Well,
have a
yeah,
fun
because I
car
mean,
that's ugly.
like underneath and everything, it's still built on what is basically the old Z platform. Like
Yep.
you can say it's new, you can say it's refreshed, you can say it's more rigid, but the underpinnings are still old Z.
Yeah.
And you can even kind of see it in the interior. Like the interior is not horrible, and I've always loved the sort of like triple gauge pod that they put on the dash. I'm here for
Yeah.
that. But you're still paying what's essentially 80 grand for a car that still has its underpinnings based in a design from the early 2000s. Like this is basically the previous generation Dodge Challenger and Charger
Mm-hmm.
that still had its underpinnings based in like an early 2000s E-Class.
Yep.
You know, is it exactly the same as it was? No, but it's still there.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that bothers me, I think, the most is like I don't understand where the price, like and we joke a lot. I'm gonna be completely dead serious. I don't understand where the price comes from, because the engine is just the Q60 and Q50's like red sport engine, right? That does the 400 horsepower with the upgraded oil cooler. That's the only difference between the red
Effectively, yeah.
sport. They put a manual transmission on it, but it's the same manual transmission that fucking has the synchro failures. If you want the automatic, that one has, they had a stop sale for I forget what reason.
It
The
was the parking prawl would fail.
the parking pro. And then there was a stop sale because of the synchros on the manual for a little bit. So you couldn't even buy one of these things for a while. Then they take that, they go, okay, we've got this, we've got that. You smash it together on the same platform. You jack up the price. You style it where it's, it's 50-50. Some people like it. Some people didn't like it. I think everybody liked the back of it, to be clear. I think people have more so
I
how to.
think I think the back is nice. If I were styling the new Z, I would probably harken it back a little more to the 240 than the 300.
Yes,
And I like the 300 ZX, and I know you like the 300
I do.
ZX.
Yeah.
But like they were going for the throwback retro styling, and I think like just that shape of cars is more suited to be thrown back to like the 240Z era styling.
I agree. No, I agree. I just because they threw it back to a car I like doesn't mean I like necessarily what they did. I mean, like if you look at the updated Nismo bumper, like that's how it should have come. You know,
Yeah,
like, and then it's like if you're buying the $48,000 base model, I think that's Canadian, you are buying an open diff on a sports car, a car
yeah.
that effectively, right, is the chassis of the 370 that came and the 350 and does it stretch all the way back to the 300? That chassis, or did it start with the
No, this
350?
chassis is like it's back to the 350 days.
Okay, so you're buying a 350Z chassis with the motor from the Q60 Red Sport. They shoved it into a package. They said, "All right, you can't have an LSD as by default." And then they priced it at like $48,000 for a base model with no LSD. If you want the one that you actually want, it's like what, mid 50s, almost 60. And then they're like, "Oh, and if you want one that isn't ugly, we fixed a lot of these things. By the way, here you go.
The,
It's
the
80."
mid, the mid range, like the one that you would actually want to buy
Yeah.
is, I think it starts at like 65.
Right. So it's a six. So you're buying a $65,000 car basically that doesn't
Yeah,
compete on a $65,000 car level in any way, shape, or form. That you couldn't even purchase when it first came out, killing the hype. Explain to me, like, just like I want to like it. I'm not. I think even I was. A lot of people didn't like the front bumper. I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good. I think it's a good looking car. But like, if it started at 40 flat or like 48 got you everything the LSD, like it could have been salvageable. But like what happened here that justifies this
it's
price?
just too expensive for what it is.
Yeah, like it could have been it could have been competing with like the Mustang GT, right? Where you have like just a bargain, bargain value performance. Didn't have to go
Yeah,
that good around a corner. As long as it was fun in a straight line, could capture some of that market who wanted that highway rolling experience without having to get into like an American muscle car, because that's really what it is, or like whatever.
yeah. I mean, like it's not a horribly handling chassis. It's just like my main or gripe with it, I guess, is that they are charging this for something with underpinnings from more than 20 years ago now, 20 and a bit.
Well, yeah, I
It's
mean,
it's like it's not bad, but it's just
no, but the point's
like
driven
if I
home.
wanted a driver's car, I'd go buy a GR86 or a Miata. If I
Yeah,
wanted something that was fast, I'd go get a Mustang GT
Supra.
or an M2 or a Supra. Like I don't understand who they're trying to target with this other than somebody who
They want a
Where's
Supra,
their
but they don't
Nissan
want one.
Z polo and hat to the car meet?
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. Like, if this is for purists, the you've attracted a crowd, right, with all your previous vehicles, because I like the 350 and I like the 370. I think they were performance bargains. They have their problems, but like, they were $30,000. It's fine, right? Not for double the price, which this effectively is. Those are not okay, and the
Yeah,
problems are still there.
like for 70 grand, no, it's not okay.
And like, for like, again, not for nothing, but like for an engine that, like, if you looked at the fucking engine bay of these red sports, but like, it's just so many vacuum lines to make your eyes water.
Oh, it's just like looking in the old 300ZX engine, basically.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
which was fine, like, not fine. It was like, it was a problem in 1991. You know, even more of a problem these days. But like, it's not acceptable. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
I want to like it. I actually, I do like them. I just, you're smoking crack. It's like the Focus RS a little bit. Like, it's not the same situation, but it's like the dealer markup made the price here when it should have been down here. So like,
yeah. Like
anybody
I
who,
remember when those came out here,
yeah,
they were like price wise within spitting distance of an RS3,
yeah,
and it was like why? Because it's the same. Like it's the same class of car at that
it is
point.
literally the same.
Why would you ever
We didn't get the
get
hatch.
the
That's
RS
all that it
over
is.
the RS3?
Yeah, you're smoking crack. And like, when Ford didn't do it on purpose, their dealers did it, right? So it was almost like, well, what can they do, right? But
Yeah, and I mean Nissan kind of did the same thing with the new Z. Like it launched at what I think was already a kind of a high price for what it was, and then the dealers started marking them up.
yeah, oh,
And
especially
it's to
like
the
the
point where
protos.
like I've only ever seen I think like four of these
Yeah,
in
like a
the wild.
handful. Yeah, I'm
I
happy
don't
when I see
see
them.
them anywhere. Of the
No,
four that I saw, I know one for sure was on dealer plates.
yeah, I think I've seen, yeah, like a handful, and I always enjoy seeing them because they do honestly look good on the road. I think they look good, but who the fuck bought these? Like, nobody.
Yeah,
And they,
like I've I haven't seen one at like a Cars and Coffee or anything yet.
I've never seen one
Cars
at a
and
Cars
Bubble
and
Tea. Not,
Coffee,
I've
Cars and
never
nothing.
seen one show up.
Nope, not one. Not even. I don't think I've even seen one pass by a Cars and Coffee. Like, that's
No.
never. And I don't think that's because there's zero people who are interested in purchasing this. I think that anybody with money who would want this vehicle knows, is like smart enough to be like, this is not good value. And anybody who like wants one and is willing to put up with it's like, this is out of their budget, this is out of their price range. Like,
Yeah.
and like, I'm sorry, like, why wouldn't you buy, just genuinely, why wouldn't you buy like a 370 instead and get it for like, $20,000? You get 90% of the experience. Why wouldn't you do that?
More or less, I'd say you arguably get a slightly more fun experience because at least the old 3.7 liter rev to like I think it was like 75 or 7,800 RPM by the end of its life. Like it was it they all sound horrible. Let's make that
Yeah,
clear.
they do.
There's
They do.
no VQ engine or VR engine that sounds good, and there's nothing you can do to convince me otherwise. The numbers, great, like great performing engines. Numbers are awesome.
Leak
Like
like a
GTR, by
motherfucker.
far one of the best performance cars of the last 20 years, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you can do to make them sound good.
No.
GTR, Q50, New Z, 370, 350, they all sound
Sound like
bad.
shit.
Just focus on making them more engaging, more fun to drive, and focus on intake noise because they do that very well.
Yep.
But yeah, like the old 370, I'd rather spend less and have one of those, and you have a bunch of money left over if you need to do a little bit of deferred maintenance or you want to modify it a little bit.
Oh yeah. I think the 370 NISMO is the best that chassis ever looked. It's just fantastic. Love it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I just, yeah, I just can't, I can't with this shit.
Yeah,
It's not like, yeah.
I was gonna say, speaking of Nismo, I was on Marketplace earlier this week, and I found somebody selling a 2007 350Z Nismo, like an
Mm,
actual like
a real
Nismo
one.
chassis code and everything.
Yeah.
$42,000.
I think I've seen that one because it's got like low miles, right?
Decently
Like,
low miles. It was a silver one.
yeah, he's. I'm sorry, you're smoking crack. Like, I don't know how to say that nicely. You're smoking meth. There's no. You live in a fantasy world.
There's like you're looking for a very very specific collector for that.
The Nismo is like a. It's like a bumper and sticker package, basically. Like, they're right.
Well,
Am I
it's like a body kit, and you get Recaro seats, and
sure?
there's like I think suspension, and I don't know if they did upgraded brakes. I think they might have done upgraded brakes.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think 42 is
Um,
reasonable, but fair enough.
I don't know about engine work. I know you could buy like Nismo S1 and S2 VQ engines for this platform. I just don't know if they came in this car from the factory if you got
Mm,
an actual Nismo chassis code. That being said, I feel like the only people that are buying this are the ones that actually specifically want a need. Like it's got to be somebody that collects these
yeah,
basically, because if you're just somebody that's looking for a car you want to modify, you can get a regular 350Z, like a clean one, for less money, and you can make it better than this
yeah. You can invest that money way
in
better.
aftermarket parts.
You can fix all of the inevitable oil leaks before they even happen with all that extra money.
Like you can, yeah, like you can buy Recaro Sportsters. You can put whatever wheels you want on it, coilovers. If you really wanted to spend the money, you could get a Nismo S1 engine, but
I
you
don't think.
can modify this to make as much power for less money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know. It's
I'm
another
seeing
one
a
of those
white
cars that like
one.
I like them and I think they're cool, but I think 40 is just way too much
Dude,
for
there's a
one.
guy asking 40 uh or 38.5 for a 2019 370Z with like 35,000 kilometers on it with like a base model. Oh, sorry, sport
That's
touring. Not even a Nismo.
that's crazy
Well,
to me.
that's just unbelievable copium at that point. I like some of the nice like end of life ones, like a 20. There's a 2019 one up for sale right now. That's red. It's got 134,000 kilometers on it, but it's like 23 grand for like an end of life one. Which mileage is not really a problem. Just like being old and stuff, like kind of cracking and stuff, I feel like is more of a problem. Mileage is not inherently a problem. I would
See,
rather
I
buy
see
that
like
one.
a 2012 in Cambridge with 200,000 kilometers on it for 17. That's more my jam.
That's yeah. It's also smoking crack. To be clear, I think 17,000 for that is a bit
For,
much.
for 200,000 kilometers is a little bit much, yeah.
Yeah, you're a little bit smoking the dope. 2011 one for with 88,000 on it for 20 grand flat. I mean, hey, that's pretty good. Oh, it's a U.S. vehicle as well. Oh, 88,000 miles.
Oh, here
Okay,
you go.
so it's
2012 with 73K on it for 20 grand flat.
yeah,
And it's
that's
not a base. It's a sport touring. He'll sell it as is for 20 or safety and certified for 23.
yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, like
That's
a
fair.
good one with less than 100,000 miles or kilometers, excuse me. Yeah, that's totally fine. I would probably gravitate towards
Decent.
like yeah, like 23 grand, 130,000 kilometers. Like right, that's where I want to be personally because it's also red. That helps, but like and late
We
model ones.
do love red.
I am a sucker for red. All that being
Yeah.
said, like you can go and you can get a better or like a vehicle with less, you know, not really for less money, and you're gonna have like 95% of the fun. Like, just make it make sense, but
How
it just doesn't
about
make sense.
a 2009 370Z with 190K on it for 14.5, and it's got a graphic of a big fucking beetle on the side of it?
You're kidding.
No,
Wait, I don't see. I would love to
I'm
see
gonna
it.
I'm gonna post it.
I would
One
love to see
second.
it. A big fucking beetle, huh? Okay. All right. Whoa, big fucking beetle with a zero
It wasn't
star.
mine.
Why? It's only on one side though, to be clear. That is the tramp stamp of the most toxic woman you'll ever meet. Or
That
man
is
on
a
his
big
arm.
fucking beetle.
Yeah. That's either a tramp stamp on a girl or it's like a tribal tattoo on his arm of a dude. The worst people you'll ever meet. 100%. Wow, that is alarming. No, I would definitely not purchase that one, I'll be honest. I do see a lot of Nismos and they're all around 40 and I would promise you I'm willing to put money on nobody's buying these for $40,000. 30
Yeah, no.
maybe. And even then I wouldn't like it wouldn't be me. You know, I'm not in there.
See, now
2020.
here's the question: is for $20,000 to $30,000, would you rather get one of these, or would you rather get a Gen 2 BRZ or GR86?
It's a good question. I've thought about this because I've been kind of getting tired of my pedestrian feeling car. I mean, like, it's a fun car, it goes fast, but like, I don't look back at it and think, yeah. Every time I got out of my FRS, even though it was like a stock FRS, I was like, yeah. Like, I'm like, I drive
I give you like one, maybe 2 more years in that Golf. You're gonna sell it.
yeah, probably.
You keep
I've
talking a little
been,
bit more. You have like
I've
a year, and you have one more winter left in you with it, and
probably.
then you're gonna make a stop at Subaru again and be like, how much are those BRZs these days?
Yeah, no. I mean, like, I could see myself purchasing, like, it's hard to say. I'm familiar with the twins, but I also find myself wanting like a slightly new experience, if that makes sense. Like, I think that's maybe too similar of an experience.
Yeah, I could feel that. I understand that. I think the only thing that would truly be stopping you is how literally fucking useless the interior space of the Z is.
Yeah, that's I was about to say that's the other thing is if I need to desperately, I can shove someone in the back of a twin.
Yeah, the twins are a sports car through and through, but like you can make it work.
Mm-hmm.
You get decent trunk space if you fold the seats down. Even with the seats up, it's not bad, but with it down, you can squeeze people in the back
Yeah,
if you need to. You can make it work. You can't. There is nothing you can make work in a Z, and the trunk is pretty fucking small.
it's pretty useless looking, and I will say, like, I've I don't know. It's a hard one. Because on one hand, when I was looking at my, like, I was cross shopping Z's with my FRS. I did go see a couple, so it was in the cards a little bit. I think at the end of the day, I ended up going with the FRS probably because of the reasons we just talked about. Like, it just felt like more
Yeah,
usable. Um,
I'll give you another reason.
mm,
The Z's are pretty fucking bad in the winter because
are
they
they
got wide rear tires.
right? That's true. I think maybe this time around, there may be a world where I can end up like with two vehicles in this situation, but
Hmm.
I think that's what it boils down to. If I have to have one car, it's a twin. If can have two cars, I would get the Z. Like, I think I think that that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will say I do find myself missing like my FRS a good bit. I
I feel like your next car is either going to be a Gen 2 BRZ, or if you can find one cheap enough, a GR Corolla.
I could see myself in a GR Corolla, but I feel like it's too similar of an experience to the Golf R.
I think you should try driving John's. He'd let you
Maybe.
do it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I will. I think it's just the mileage that I rack is going to destroy whatever value in a GR Corolla. And I feel like with a twin,
Yeah.
like,
Or conversely, the GR Corolla holds its value so well that whatever mileage you rack doesn't really matter as much.
that's a good point. What an interesting point you
You have
make.
to do the boy
Boy
math.
math. Boy math, yeah. I will say, like, I think what's also appealing to me about the GR86 or BRZ, or probably BRZ, just because they're cheap. I'm not that picky. I think the GR86 looks better. I think we all agree. I don't think the BRZ
I
looks bad at all. I think it looks
Yeah, no,
good.
I was gonna say like the GR86 definitely looks better, but the BRZ doesn't look bad. It still looks
No, it
good.
looks good.
The
I
GR86 doesn't look pay way more money for it than the
no.
BRZ
If
better.
they if it was like less than 5,000, less than maybe more like $3,000 to $4,000 difference for like a bumper package, let's call it. Yeah, I could see myself being like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
But
Now I guess
no.
the next question I would have is, so currently, and this is
Mm,
assuming you were going to go and buy a new one. I don't
right.
know.
I would
It's
not.
whatever you figure it out when you're there.
I would not.
Okay, then it doesn't matter. Because I was going to say the BRZ, there is no like sport tech manual trim anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
I think you either get a base model manual, which starts
Yeah.
at like 36,
Yeah.
or the next level up with a manual is the TS, which starts at 40,500.
Yeah.
But the TS costs exactly the same amount of money as the Sport Tech Automatic, which doesn't come with Brembos and doesn't come with the upgraded suspension.
Yeah. I
So
well,
basically, like I have no idea why anybody would buy that middle automatic trim.
no, that's very strange. I think yeah, I think I would probably just get like a Sport Tech manual. Like if I think they sold a lot of them.
Oh, they sold
And
a decent amount through the first few years of its run.
yeah, I think the FA 20 and 24 have proven themselves to be generally reliable so long as you don't throw boost at them and like maintain them. So,
Yeah, I mean, I sold mine at 170K, and I think
yep.
Sam's still driving. He's over 200 now.
I sold mine. It was 211K, and I owned it since 50. So, and all the issues that were created were just the bad mechanics, not even the car. So,
And yeah, bad mechanics and a probable car crash.
probable car crash. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. I find myself like at a point where I just think, I think they're reliable. I think they're very reliable. The only issue with the manual that really existed was the throwout bearing, or if you threw power at it, those have been obviously resolved with the end of the first generation. So, I mean, I'm not gonna put power. I'm not gonna throw power at it. It's gonna be the way it comes, as you know. So,
Oh yeah,
like, I'm
interesting.
not.
I popped open Toyota's website just to look.
Mm-hmm.
Their base model GR86 manual is cheaper than the base model BRZ.
There's no way you're actually getting one though, right? There's no way.
So it depends. You can probably get one. What color you get will be a surprise.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking with that. It's got to be. I think I'm gonna have to stray from red to be clear because my experience with Subaru Red has been horrific, which sucks. But I don't know. I
The
could see myself owning a black one.
the the, the Toyota GR86 trims basically fill all the missing gaps in Subaru's lineup because you can get a GR86 Premium MT manual, which is the same as the Sport Tech BRZ,
Yeah.
but with a manual.
Mm-hmm.
Except the GR86 is 38.9 instead of 40,500.
Really.
So basically, like to me, it looks like, unless you absolutely want a specific color,
Right.
currently, if you want anything that doesn't have Brembos, you'd buy a GR86. If you
Yeah.
want the factory Brembos, you'd buy a BRZ.
So like the only question then becomes like, can you like? Because yeah, that's great. The website says the price, and oh, that's the price. And can you actually get one and not wait forever? Because I
Probably at this
know
point.
you think. Because all right, I
I
mean
think
maybe.
so.
I don't think I would.
You
I
might not be able to be like, I want a red one. It'll
right,
probably just be like, yeah, we have this gray or white or silver or Trueno blue coming in or something.
right.
Do you want it? But if you're okay with that, this is looks like it's designed now. If you don't want Brembos, you buy the Toyota. If you do, you buy the BRZ.
Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm. I mean, that makes sense. I'm just. Yeah, I'd probably buy a used one just because. Also, are they even going to be available? But like, this is not happening right now. Like, if it happens in a year, are they still going to be
Oh no,
selling them?
these they'll probably. I have a feeling they'll do like one, maybe two more model years
Hmm.
because the current gens came out in what was it, 2022?
22 was the first model year. Yeah.
Yeah, so three, four, five, six. I'd say 2028 or 2029 is going to be the last year of these.
Hmm. I've
Maybe
seen
2030.
I've seen a few of these as well, like the used ones. I've seen a few, more than a few of them go for like quite cheap on like private sale,
Yeah.
and almost all of these dealers are smoking meth right now. I'm just taking a peek at the listings on Auto Trader. Like I saw them going low 20s for a while, and now all of them are like high 20s. And I wonder if that's like seasonality. Like on summer, they're like, yeah, fucking, this is what's up. right?
There's
And
probably a little bit of that.
yeah,
And then I feel like the dealers are trying to build their negotiating room into it as well.
right. But like
Because
that's
dealers being dealers, they're just gonna hope some sucker walks in off the street and it's just like, yeah, I'll buy that. I'm not gonna negotiate.
yeah. That
And then
makes
they
the
make more
whole
money. But
yeah, it makes the whole market pretty toxic though. Like it's and they'll be like,
yeah,
"Oh, this is what everybody's listed at." And it's like, "I don't give a shit what it's listed at." And no matter how much you go, "Dude, I'm not a sucker." They kind of are like, "Yeah, you are." Like they'll never like, you know what I mean? They'll never kind of not cave. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean? Be like, "Okay, like you're aware of the market, you know how this works." Like they always keep that facade up. It's really fucking infuriating.
yeah.
Yeah, it gets old. Uh Yeah, all, the GR86s are all like yeah around 40, and all the used ones with like 60,000 kilometers on them, 40,000. They're like all 30. That's the cheapest one. I just yeah I you can get BRZs for 25 and change. There's no world where I'm paying 5K for a bumper. It's just not gonna happen.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it like if you're gonna buy it new, that seems to be how it works out. And
Sure.
if I were gonna buy it new, I'd probably want Brembos. So personally, I'd probably end up in the BRZ TS. But in the event that I wanted the GR86 front bumper for some reason,
Mm,
I'd probably just put my order in like October or November and have it for April the next year.
yeah. Crazy how it works these days. Like there was a time where you walked in and ordered a car and they went, "Certainly, sir," and then it showed up in like a month or a couple weeks or whatever. Or
Yeah, I mean, my Super took 10 months, so
that's insanity. But I
I
don't know,
didn't get the
just a
color I
conversation.
wanted. I got
I'm
one of the colors I wanted, but not the color that I wanted.
no, I wish you'd gotten the yellow. Honestly, that would have been so sick.
I know. It was the last year they made it too. You could only get manual yellows in 2023.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. So that's my thought process right now. It's like I don't necessarily like I kind of want new experiences and I don't want to go back to like a slightly different twin. Because I don't think that it's that fun. But I also like how cheap they are to modify compared to like $4,000, like $3,000 to $4,000 for like a fucking brand new exhaust for a Golf R is ridiculous. You know, like yeah,
Yeah,
there's like yeah, like there was that one that was like, oh, it's $1,700 on liquidation, and I'm like, so you have to just take what you get there. You don't even get to really be like, oh, I want this one. They're like, we have one, it's this much money, you know. So
yeah.
I don't know. I I, I long for the days. I wish that I had a FRS or like you know when stuff was like, oh, you get a used like an N. Not that I would ever buy an N1, but it's like a used N1, $400, $300. Like I remember seeing those floating around because you could just have that for that price at the time.
I mean, I bought my BRZ had the Gretty. Which one? I think it was the Gretty Supreme SP, and brand new. That catback was, I think it was like 829 plus tax.
Yeah. I mean, like when which one was the one that Hanson has? Like that one, I think brand new was like like something SPs.
Oh, which like the dual exit that he had a long
The
time
dual
ago?
exit that he had. Yeah, yeah, that one.
Oh, he had the MXP Comp RS.
Yeah, I think I saw those online, like you know, sub 1,000. They were like $700 to $800 at one point,
Yeah,
like brand new.
yeah,
This is like not a market that exists anymore. I mean, I guess for twins, there's so many of them. Maybe they're still cheap, but not that cheap. But yeah, just be nice to modify something cheap versus $3,000 for an exhaust. Like I'm good, bro.
versus the Euro tax.
Euro tax is a bit annoying, but it's been nice not to have to do much to get it to like a nice place. Like I didn't have to do fucking suspension, like you know coils and stuff to make it sit correct on the new wheels. Right? It just
Yeah,
looks good. So
yep.
that's cool.
And yet your brake noise has followed you around.
Thanks, man. I'm pretty
There's
much caving.
there's no escaping that one.
It got worse the other day.
I always know when Anthony's showing up because it's like, man, was that a fucking freight train pulling up or
I fucking
it's not
I
that
can't
bad.
win. It's
Bad.
not that bad. It only happens when it's very cold. Or sorry, very warm. Excuse me. Like when the brakes get quite warm for some reason. I just think yeah, something's happening. I'm just gonna get it dealt with. I just don't care anymore. It's the only problem with my car, and it's stopping me from enjoying it. And that's like I spent, you know, that's the thing I've spent my money on to enjoy. I don't have other hobbies, right? So it's like
Yep.
my hobby is sit at computer and drive car. So if sit at computer is getting old and
Facts.
drive car sucks, like then I did go for a nice little rip on lower baseline the other
Yeah.
day on Saturday. That was sweet. It's
See,
very fun.
I think that noise is more annoying because you can't it overpowers everything that would otherwise drown it out.
Yes.
Like my Supra, for example, and it's probably my fault that it's doing this because I installed them, but the back right corner, when I'm going into and out of like steep driveways because I have to take them at an angle, it only does it at low speeds, but it makes like a little creaking noise, like kind of like a rubber on metal creaking noise.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't hear it while I'm driving with the windows down. It only does it under that one very specific scenario. So I can still enjoy the car and it doesn't bother me that much. And it's one of those like I'll deal with it when I do coilovers type
Yeah.
deal.
No, that's fair.
The brake noise overpowers the windows and the music, and I understand.
Yeah. It gets annoying.
Yeah.
Just and it's like then I start like looking for it because I'm trying to figure out how to fix it, and I think it's just gonna boil down to just have the brakes torn down and like everything like probably replaced. I'm trying to survive to the point where it makes sense to replace the brakes so that I can at least just be like, okay, get rid of it,
Yeah,
take
no,
it
no,
off.
yeah, that totally that makes sense. I mean, I even went looking for my noise to try and find it. Or like when I dropped the car off to get the shifter installed, I was like, "Hey, can you guys just take a look and make sure everything's okay?" And they were like, "Yeah, like everything's torqued to spec, everything's bolted up properly. It doesn't look like any of your bushings are twisted or under tension. It's probably like we'd probably have to disassemble the suspension to find it because it's probably something that can't be seen or fixed with everything
Yeah.
put together." And I was like, then fuck it. If as long as it's safe to drive, I'll deal with it when I do coils.
Yeah. I mean that's it's completely fair.
Actually, I just had to do brakes on the STI like a month ago.
Yeah.
I
Pricey
remember it. Yeah, it was pricey. It was about $900
for just
for
parts.
just parts. I did the labor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, no, I remember like everything was fine, and then we washed the car, and then like that week the brakes started vibrating, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like we couldn't just get through another 3 or 4 months. Like we couldn't deal with this after the
Nope.
Japan vacation.
No sir.
Oh nope, I had to buy that, and I went and met um, my friend last weekend so I could get the new downpipe. Well, not the new, the lightly used downpipe from
Gently
his
used.
STI.
Gently used.
So I can finally get rid of P0420 in my girlfriend's car.
And what was that? What's that code for again?
P0420 is catalyst efficiency below threshold. Basically, it means the
Right.
cat's not cleaning the exhaust as much as it should and is starting to fail.
You could theoretically code that out, right?
If I get a downpipe and a tune, yes. So here's basically this was the dilemma that I had.
Hmm.
A brand new OEM downpipe from Subaru is like $4,000. Wasn't going to
Right.
do that.
No.
Downpipe and a tune, once you factor in parts and labor, is like $2,500.
Right.
This OEM downpipe with 53,000 kilometers on it was $450.
Right.
And I need to get it installed quickly, so I can't do it myself. But even to have it done at NV Auto,
Right.
and I'm having them do like the O2 sensors and an alignment while the car is there, it's probably going to be, I'd say, between like $600 and $800 labor. So for $1,200 all in, I fix the code and I get an alignment and new O2 sensors to boot.
Pretty good.
Can't complain.
Cannot complain. Not even a little
Yeah.
bit.
And I mean, like realistically, if this downpipe only lasts another 100K, I mean, at that point the car's at 260K, 270K.
Hmm.
So it will have lived a good life by that point.
Yeah. And then you can go aftermarket and go crazy with it, as they say.
Yeah, then I can go aftermarket, or I don't know, see what she wants to do. Maybe she'll trade it on a GR Corolla or something. I don't know. She really likes it, so keep it going as long as we can.
Yeah. I mean, it's been pretty problem free. So.
I honestly can't complain. Like I've had in 165,000 kilometers, I really haven't had a ton of
shit
major
go
issues
wrong.
with it. I had to do brakes once at like 80K.
Yeah.
Um, the factory Starlink head unit did fail, but apparently it's a known defect that affects a lot of the Starlink head units from like 2019 to 2024.
Right.
So the dealer actually replaced it as part of like a recall, so it was free, brand new head unit replacement.
Mm-hmm.
And like the car was out of warranty when it happened too, so that was nice.
Beautiful.
Um, and then yeah, I mean around 160K, around the time I was getting ready to do the timing belt, it started throwing P00, sorry, P000D, which is the exhaust cam solenoid on the driver's side that controls the cam timing.
Right.
So I just replaced that when I did the timing belt, and then I should have done them both at the same time, but after I did the timing belt, it started throwing P000B, which is the passenger side exhaust cam solenoid. So I bought one of those. The exhaust solenoids, thankfully, they're just sort of right there at the bottom at the front of the engine. They're easy to replace.
Okay, sweet. And that resolved everything.
Yeah. And I mean, like, realistically, at 160, 170K, like, is it annoying that, those two solenoids failed? Yes,
Sure.
but the car's getting up there in mileage a bit. Like, stuff like this, I'm expecting to sort of have to do little stuff like this occasionally now.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, it's just getting to that age. It's just getting to that age.
Yeah, like, it's 6 years old now. It's got a little over 160K on it. But, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
100,000 miles
never,
for the Americans.
yeah, it's never left her or us stranded. It still starts and drives just fine.
Yeah, you can't ask for more, honestly. Like you really can't. Like,
Like,
sweet.
yeah, as far as EJs are concerned, this one is very good.
Nice. I mean, same for me. Never my car's never left me stranded. I've done 60 about 60,000, just a little more than 60,000 kilometers in it. Turbo went, but not my problem. So that was sweet.
Yeah.
That was cool. And they replaced the whole unit, so when the turbo, not when the turbo goes again, it will. They don't have to replace the whole turbo. They just replace the external wastegate. Yeah. So the wastegate actuator, yeah, exactly, which is I think it's about $600 plus labor, so it's like not the end of the world, but
$1,300. That's not bad.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I should be good. It's not even a year on the new one yet, so I should be good at least. I'm hoping it doesn't have a problem until I get rid of this car, obviously. But yeah, I mean, like generally both, like good reliable cars.
I'm gonna be honest. I was pleasantly surprised when I dropped the Supra off to get like the shifter and all that stuff done.
Yeah,
That like the final bill only came out to just a little over $1,000.
that is
I
weirdly
was I
pleasant
was expecting more.
because you're used to it with the MR2. The MR2 robs you and then tells you it loves you.
Yeah, the MR2. Yeah, that's true. But like, I kind of expect it with the MR2 because, like, I always say, like, it's all the maintenance cost of a Ferrari with none of the badge prestige.
Yes.
It literally is sometimes. The Supra,
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting to drop it off and get like the full BMW experience,
Yeah.
and I didn't, and that was kind of nice.
No, that's good. I mean, but it's not going in for like a maintenance. You're doing like other stuff, right?
Like to do the short shifter, they still had to like lower the transmission, drop the drive shaft.
Yeah.
Like it was fairly invasive. So to do all that and then install my diff brace and do an alignment to top it all off, and a little bit of diagnosis time for looking for that spring squeak thing in the rear right hand corner, I was pleasantly surprised. It was like $1,073.
Yeah, can't complain. Pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
really like the
weird.
shop too. I'm gonna keep going there for this car.
Yeah, when you find a good shop, you stick to it.
Yeah,
I've realized it's not even remotely about price anymore. Like to an extent, obviously, if they quote me some crate, I'd be like, whoa, right? But if they're $200,
I will
$300, $400 more,
happily pay like a few $100s
yeah,
more to go to a shop that like I like the people there and they do good work and they communicate well.
yeah, that's treated you well, and
Yeah, then pay a little less and the experience is shit.
I also prefer a shop that's like this is the price, and then like when you go in, like they're not Like some people will be like, oh, what's the cheapest price? Like they're looking for the cheapest shop, but that shop's gonna nickel and dime you for every little thing as well, right? They're not.
Yeah, no, this shop, like I told them what I wanted to do, and they sent me a quote for it, and the final invoice was very near the quoted amount.
Yeah, I just like I this is unrelated. Like I had to take a bicycle in to service to get a wheel and tube. I've never done this before, right? I don't know shit about bikes. And the guy was
Yeah.
like, "Yep, here are the costs. Here's what I think it's gonna cost. Here's like what I would recommend." And then I was like, "Yep, no problem. You're the expert. Go for it." He gave it back. He's like, "Yeah, I tightened this. I tightened that. I adjusted this because I realized it was loose. Didn't feel comfortable sending it out. Didn't bill me for it
Yeah, no, I love
because
stuff like that. Like
I
last time, like when I took the Subaru in, like I took the STI in to get the timing belt done, and I had them do the exhaust side oil control valve.
yeah
Um, like I told them what code it is. I told them I pulled the code, and this is what it was for. I got the part and everything. And then when I picked the card up, or when I picked the car up, he was like, "Yeah, we didn't charge you for the diagnosis on that because you were right. So
yeah
we just did the repair."
just it's a give and take, right? Like you shouldn't expect to be clear, I'm not saying you should go to a shop and expect them to do stuff for you for free, but it's more so like if you're an easy customer and you're like, what's the price? Sweet, thank you for letting me know.
Yeah,
As long as it's around there, they're gonna treat
yeah,
you,
no,
treat them well, they'll treat you well. It's a two-way street.
of course. Like, yeah, like I wasn't expecting to get
No,
it
no,
for
no, no.
free. It just happened. And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, like when I went, I took because the brake noise, right? I sent it. I was like, well, I need an oil change. I'll send it to VW because maybe it's I don't know. At the time, I was like, maybe it's wheel bearing or something, right?
Yep.
Just set, and that was covered under warranty. So I'm like, go ahead, like go do the diagnosis and let me know. And if not, happy to pay for it and do an oil change while it's in there. And they're like, all right, sweet. And then the guy was like, yeah, because we didn't charge you the whole, we just charged you like 30 minutes. Just even just we
Yeah.
checked it. It's fine. Everything on this car is super tight. Not worried about it. I'm like, sweet. That's great to know. The noise is still there. They always when you take it to the shop they can't hear the noise, but it's nice when you're like as long as you
I
give
mean,
them additional business, right? Like
it was kind of the same thing with my car. Like I took it there and they're like, "Man, we weren't able to recreate this squeak." And like to their credit, they were like, "Take the car out for a test drive. If it does it, come back and we'll have the tech sit in the car with you."
yeah,
So I took it. I knew exactly how to recreate it, so I only had to go like around the corner. And I actually went into the parking lot where Cars and Bubble Tea is.
yeah,
And it did it. So I went back, and they were like, "All right, give me like a minute. I'm gonna go get the tech." The tech came out with me, and he was like, "Oh fuck yeah, there it is." And then they took it back into the shop, and he came back out, and he was like, you know, "Listen, like everything looks okay. Everything is tight. I wouldn't be concerned about driving the car. It's not unsafe. If you really want us to dig into it, we're probably gonna need it for another 1 or 2 days because we're gonna have to like disassemble the suspension in that corner and
yeah,
you know see what we can find." And
yeah.
then he was like, "If you're planning on doing coilovers anyways in like a year, you're probably better off just saving your money and dealing with it then."
That's the best. That's the best when they're like, dude, I would love to take your money, but I wouldn't. It's better that you just save it, so you have a good shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a pretty funny story actually. Maybe we can end on this. Speaking of shops, um, my aunt, I love my aunt dearly, right?
Yep.
There's no I she is a strong lady who makes good decisions, and this is not her making a bad decision. It's more so the passage of time is funny because she recently took her car. Unfortunately, I don't know if you. I'll start from the back. Basically, got her some Kumho all weathers because her
Hmm.
Michelin's were on their way out. Well, she had some sort of like side bubble thing. So we're like, okay, we got to get rid of these replaced. Replacing the Michelin, two front Michelins, was more expensive than being like, let's just get you some fresh Kumhos all around, right? All weather
That's
tires.
why I got them on the Vibe.
Yeah,
They're a great bargain tire.
great bargain tire. And if you, I mean, more so for people like my aunt, literally, her car is a 2012 Equinox. It has 80,000 kilometers on it. It's been on the road for 14 years. She does not drive. So it's like that's what they say, like the perfect customer for an all weather is someone who goes out like they drive 5 kilometers a week or some shit like that during the winter. Exactly my aunt. So unfortunately, because she has terrible luck, she immediately got a nail in the tire. Had to go get it patched. Thankfully it was patchable. Um so she took it to the shop around the corner. A few years ago, she had gone to this shop for a different tire patch. Again, she has great luck with tires. At that time, the guy said, "You need brakes. Your brakes are done." She'd gotten the brakes done at the dealer a month ago. All around. So we all know the story of the crooked mechanic who recommends work that you don't need.
Always the brakes, always the air filter,
Always this shit that makes the
always
huge
the
margin.
transmission fluid.
Oh yeah, always. So she stood her ground. She's like, no, I did them a month ago. They're brand new. What are you talking about?" The guy got visibly like, "Oh shit," and was like, "Oh, you should go back because they don't look very good." And she's like, "Yeah, you're full of shit."
Yeah.
Recently, when she had a nail, this is the same shop, but it's under new ownership. They were like, you need brakes. There's about 20% of brakes left. And she got, again, defensive because she said, "I just got them done." I was like, "Oh," I was talking. I'm like, "Oh, you just got them done?" She's like, "Yeah, I just got them done." And I'm like, "Really?" And I'm like, "So you've had them done recently?" And she's like, "Oh, it was the same as remember last time they did it." I'm like, "That was a while ago. Do you know when you got your brakes done?" And she was like, "I'm pretty recent, last couple of years." And I'm like, "Are you fucking sure? Because you just gave this lady a whole bunch of shit. And you're telling me it was the same." I'm like, to my recollection, that was like 5 years ago. So I'm like, you need to dig up your invoice and find when that brake service was done. Because she's like, "It couldn't have been more than 3 years ago." Buddy, you know what the date on that invoice was? You want to take a hazard a guess?
I'll guess the year.
Yeah.
2018.
2019.
Ooh, close.
It was June 2019. 7 years. And she just tore this lady a new asshole, and she just looked like a piece of shit. Who's like, those customers are like, "There ain't nothing wrong with my car. You're trying to rip me off." And she's like, "No, she's not, actually. She's giving you good advice. She didn't
They
even say you
weren't
need them
lying this
today."
time.
She's like, "Yeah, you could probably go a few more months, but like you want to get them done." Right? Like, she wasn't even like, "Come do it." She's like, "At some point." And she's like, you don't know what you're I mean, so that's the problem. It's literally the same mechanic under new ownership. So it's like, man, sometimes they suck. You just got to find a good one. You got to find a good one that won't rip you off. They're hard to come
I
by,
wish I could
granted,
find
but
more good ones that were close to me. Like, fuck, every time I
yeah.
gotta drop a car off somewhere, other than the Subaru, it's like a fucking hour and a half to 2 hour round trip.
Yep. What was the one you went? We should show. Not that anybody listens, but like for me, Auto Select Tuning in Brampton. If you have a VW, Audi, Volvo, they are perfect. They do nothing wrong. They're great.
I went to White Eagle Motors in Mississauga.
And
They
they're
do,
fantastic.
yeah, they do Euro, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, but mostly
Great.
BMW and Mercedes. I think
Yep.
their shop cars, I think, are also BMWs.
Nice. Yeah, the shop car is Auto Select all Golf Rs. Pretty sweet. It's like you want a shop that actually like they drive what
Yep.
they work on. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But
So yeah, no, that was a good experience. And then obviously the STI goes to NV Auto.
Yep. Also a
All they
very
do is
good shop.
Subarus.
Yep. Very good shop. Very good people. Would recommend.
Yeah.
Probably a good place to call it. I think that's if you have any
So.
good shop recommendations in your local area. Obviously, we're from the Toronto, Canada area, but if you have any, drop them. And it's good to share good mechanics with other people because Lord knows, don't want to let somebody get ripped off.
There's definitely enough shady ones, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, easy, buddy. Easy. Every chain oil change place is already trying to rip you off. So it is what it is. If
Yeah.
you know a good one, drop it in the bottom in the comments. If you like what you heard, stick around and fucking do it again next week. Fuck
Do
it.
it up.
Do it up. Peace.